Israelites, we're here to teach you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who you are according to God.
That's right.
It behooves you to pay attention to the true gospel. How you doing, my brother? And you know we out here teaching today? I kind of just said it. So you know a little bit about the Israelites? All right, all praises. So look, we're going to teach you. Where you see yourself on this sign? All of you, you can come up. We're showing you who you are according to the Bible.
That's right.
Judah, right? Okay, so American black. Now, Judah, give me Hebrews. Check. All right, so do you know who else came from the tribe of Judah and why it's important that you know that you're a Judite? Because the Judites are of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You're in direct family lineage with Christ. We're about to read that. Hebrews 7:14.
Hebrews chapter 7 verse 15. I got a mic, sir. 14. For it is evident that our Lord,
there is evidence that our Lord Jesus Christ, right,
sprang out of Judah,
came from the seed, the lineage of Judah, the tribe of Judah, the same tribe we're saying you're from. Now, how do we know that you're from the same tribe as Christ? Let's start off with the color of Christ. What color is Jesus? Does he look like this? Is this Jesus? That's what we've been taught though, right?
Yeah.
So wait, what color is he?
Black.
Black. It sounds like a question. He's like black, maybe. Black. Okay, look. Now watch this. Watch this. This picture. 1912. 1912. This is before the Renaissance, before the rebirth of the Roman Empire, when they painted Christ's image to look like them. This is ancient photos of Jesus. Ancient photos. You can find them in the Varanay. You know what I'm saying? You can find them in Russia. You can find them all over Europe. We rule Europe, and we painted images that were in the Bible of us. Give me all 1 Maccabees 3:48, and then we're going to go to the image of Christ. So why today we don't know these things? This is mental and spiritual warfare on our people. This is why y'all brothers can run into each other, and it's a fist fight. It's a shootout. It's a robbery. Because you don't see Christ in yourself. You see yourself through this lens. Hey, if Jesus is white, the angels is white, well, what am I worth? What is that brother worth? God ain't gonna have no problem with me robbing him. God ain't gonna have no problem with me getting a fist fight with him. But meanwhile, they're living like the children of God, because that's the images they put forth. Read.
I got it.
Oh yeah.
1 Maccabees, 3 verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
So we recovered our book of the law, the Bible, from the enemies that we were fighting, right? And this time it was the Greeks, right? The so-called white man. We got it and we opened it up, and what do we see?
What? Can we?
Yeah.
Wherein the heathen have sought.
The heathen, the other nations, did what?
Sought to paint their likeness in their images.
Read it right? Sought to paint their likeness.
Paint their likeness of their images.
Right, so in our Bible, read it from the top again. Read it from the top again.
And open the book of the law.
So we opened our Bible and saw what? Read.
And opened the book of the law, wherein the heathen have sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So they took our Bible at that time, in the Greek captivity. They were trying to paint the likeness of their images in our Bible, because they knew how great it was to have an image.
That's right.
The whole time is based around Jesus the Christ.
Right.
You know, AD, BC, all that, that's based around Jesus the Christ. That's how important that character is. That's a real person. That's how important he is. But we're going to get the real color of Jesus. Give me Revelation. We're going to get the real color of Jesus, and we're going to show you what he looked like. Because that's not a photo of him, but that's a more accurate depiction based off what's read in the Bible.
That's right.
So watch this read. Revelation 1:1. Yes, sir.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1.
What's your name again, my brother? Cliff? Okay, all praise. I'm polite. I read.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servant.
So, God, revelation means reveal. God revealed Jesus Christ for his servants. Why? Because we would be given a false Christ. As Christ prophesied, there would be many false Christs, right, my brother? All right, so read on.
Things which must shortly come to pass.
So there's things which must shortly come to pass. Read.
And he sent and signified by his angels unto his servant John.
So he gave John the vision, and what did John do with that vision? Read.
Who bare record?
He bare a record. How do you record something back then? You wrote it down. There you go. Read.
Who bare record of the word of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ. and of all things that he saw.
So what he saw, he wrote down. Now that's the point, because a lot of Christians say what? Nobody's seeing Christ. That's the voice, that's the Christian voice. Nobody's seeing Christ. Right? Nah. So he wrote down all the things that he saw. Revelation 1 and start up a little bit. Start at 12. Alright, so watch this. Watch one of the things he saw. Stay focused with me, Cliff. Watch this. Read.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 12. And I turned and I see the voice that spake with me.
So he turned to see the voice that was speaking to him. Read.
And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks.
So he saw 7 golden candlesticks, like right, yeah. Well, I'll give you a better, yeah, right there. 7 golden candlesticks, a menorah. All right, read.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks,
so standing in the middle of them,
one like unto the Son of Man.
I seen a brother look just like Jesus. Now, this is John. Like, this is in the 90 AD, somewhere around there, right? He's on the island of Patmos. So Christ died way back. Christ died at the age 33. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about maybe 40 plus years afterwards. So he's like, hey, he looked like the Jesus that I was following. You know what I'm saying? So he's seeing him now. Read.
In the midst of 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So he had a garment on down to the foot, right? So we got garments on, right? Down to the foot. What's exposed? Your head, your arms, and back then they wore sandals commonly, and your feet, right? So he's going to describe what skin he can see. Read.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So he had a golden belt on. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So he starts with his face. His head and his hair. So the hair on his head and the hair on his face was what?
White like wool.
All white and what?
Like wool.
And woolly. Who got woolly hair? Sheep hair. Nappy. Can't run a comb through it hair. Go on, say it. Who got that? Is it him? Is it him? No, it's not him. It's like he got that wake up in the morning, dip it in water, you good hair. We got to do something to it. You know what I'm saying? Read.
As white as snow.
So it's all the way white, like granddad. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So his eyes, the whites of his eyes were red. Why? Because Christ drank wine in moderation. I keep pointing at I'm pointing at him. Don't get it twisted. That's not Christ. Christ drank wine in moderation. That's why the whites of his eyes are red. That's in Genesis 49 and 12. Read on.
And his feet like a fine brass.
Now he's like his feet. I'm looking at his feet, and they're like fine brass. What color is brass? Like gold is right, like a trombone, trumpet, right? So you got that brown kind of go like, what? Man, your color, right? But read on.
As if they burn in a furnace.
So you take that brownish gold and you burn it. What color does it get now? Black, right? He was dark brown. Christ was black, man. He's a black man. So that's the description of Jesus Christ. That's the description of Jesus Christ in the Bible, from the same tribe you are, the tribe of Judah. Alright? So it's important to know who we are, because give me Job 9:24. It's important to know who we are, because I remember I mentioned earlier spiritual warfare, right? So give me a reason why they would hide that from you.
They don't want to know how powerful you are.
Oh, that's important. Now, without knowing how powerful you are, you're going to try to do things on your own. Who you going to lean on? You going to lean on God, right? Oh, God, I gotta get my loan from the white man. I can't start a business up with my brother. I can't unify with my brother because he don't got no power. But you do. You a prince to the power. Hey, my brother, how you doing? How you doing? I didn't get your name.
My name Otis, man.
Otis, okay. You been out here before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know a little bit already, right?
I already know a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to get myself right, man.
Trying to get yourself right? What you dealing with? What's holding you back?
My alcoholism.
Alcoholism, hey, that's the crux.
It's a devil.
It is a devil.
Now, last Sabbath, I was acting up. I was saying shit I didn't want to say. I apologize for that.
That was due to the alcohol?
Yeah, I was at the bars down here drinking too much.
Okay. So we're gonna deal with that. Let's drop that. Give me Ephesians chapter 4:19. Yeah, give me Ephesians 4:19. Right? Because the Bible speaks on alcoholism, right? Because that's something that our people dealt with.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 18. And be not drunk with wine.
God says, be not drunk with wine. Wine, strong drink, right? Read.
Wherein is excess.
Wherein is excess, right? Because that's what happens with our people. We drink a little bit, we get a buzz, and then you keep going. right? You pass that limit. Now you gotta refrain yourself from the appetites, right? You gotta refrain yourself from those. Read it again.
And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess.
Read.
But be filled with the Spirit.
But be filled with the Spirit. You gotta find a substitute for that, and that substitute would be the Bible, right? Because the Bible is that comforter. You gotta be able to lean on the word of the Most High God more than you lean on the alcohol. Because why do we get drunk? Because we suffer.
Because of our own flesh.
Well, yeah, flesh. It's a lust. It's a temptation. Yep. But you're trying to ease something.
See, my problem is alcohol and women.
Alcohol and women. We'll do it one at a time. One at a time. So the scriptures say, be not drunk when it says, but be filled with the Spirit. You gotta refrain yourself from the appetites. Be filled with the Spirit. Why do you have to be filled with the Spirit? Guess what, brother? If you're dealing with brothers around you, right? That's why it's important for you to start congregating, to get in the Spirit. You got brothers around you in contact with brothers that is in the Spirit. When you keeping commandments, when you're staying inside the scriptures, your mind's not thinking about, oh, I'm gonna go get something to get drunk with. You're not out here in the environment where getting drunk is, because ain't no spirit in them bars on the Sabbath day. Ain't no spirit in the bars. It's just demons in there. You headed there for a specific purpose. It's right, 18 and 30. Read that, 18 and 30. You headed there for a specific purpose. You know why you going there. You can dance about it. You can make a reason for why you. How you doing, my sister? I'm gonna deal with you in 1 second. Then my brother, real quick. I got you. You making an excuse to get there, right? Read that.
Sirach chapter 18, verse 30. Go not after thy lust.
So don't go after your lust. You saying, oh, I'm coming down to the epicenter to hang out. Now, in your mind, you saying that, but really the purpose is to eventually lead you to go into that bar. Right? So read.
But refrain thyself from thy appetites.
You gotta refrain yourself from the appetites. Guess what? Stop coming in the areas where you know you get drunk. Stop coming to those areas. Hey, it's a bar here. I don't need to be nowhere around that. If I see it, I'm gonna get enticed, right? So let me stay away from that. If I gotta drive the long way, if I gotta take the other street to not go by that bar, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta call my brother to keep me in the Spirit so I don't start drinking, that's what I'm gonna do. If I got bottles in the house, I'm gonna throw them out now, not before the demon gets on me. I'm gonna throw them out now, pour them out, and get rid of them. Hey, get a buddy system. Hey, don't let me go to the ABC store. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get my mind right. Read.
Okay. And if thou givest thy soul the desires that please her.
So if you give your soul those desires, you go and get drunk, you go and take on that alcohol, right? What happens? Because it says that please her. Because sin feels good, but it has negative effects. Alcoholism, man, you can give yourself all types of liver conditions. You could get killed out here.
I got high blood pressure now.
Yeah, I don't know if that's directly from alcoholism, but then you should be worried more about your health than get drunk. Brothers go broke over that. Brothers get into danger and issues over that. Get arrested, beat up, lose their license. Now you ride a moped. Read.
She will make thee a laughing stock.
What you get drunk in public, what happens to you?
She will make thee a laughing stock.
People gonna laugh at you. They gonna lie, look at that brother, he falling all over the floor. You on YouTube now. You on World Star. Everybody looking at you. Ain't that what's your name again? Otis. They be like, ain't that Otis right there? Look at Otis on the floor, rolling around, throwing up. That's embarrassing, man. You don't want to be that. You a man, you gotta gird yourself up. Give me that in Peters. Was it 1 Peter's 1:17? Gird yourself, gird up the loins of your mind. And then I'm gonna deal with you, my sister. So you gotta drop that thing. We're gonna deal with the women too. I'm gonna deal with both of y'all in that one subject.
Alright.
Yeah. 1 Peter's 1:17. You got to get your mind right. Like you said, you got to get your mind right. But where does it start? With applying these scriptures. So you've been out here before. You know what we're about. You need to.
I just sometimes I just don't like when I get intoxicated. The only thing I think about is myself. And sometimes it's just a different format, man. It's just a different. When I get drunk, it's just.
When we talk about now, right now you sober, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't do that when you drunk. It's too late then. Why you sober? About this?
You ready to go? Oh.
Hey, my sister. Hey, my sister, I'm gonna give you a scripture. This is the last scripture for this brother. I'm about to do with you too, my sister. What's your name, sis? Sis, what's your name? Valerie?
Yeah.
Okay, all praises. Read that.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. Wherefore, gird up thy loins of your mind.
Gird up the loins of your mind. Get your mind together while you're sober, right? Read.
Be sober in hope.
Be what?
Be sober in hope.
be sober and hope. Your faith, your soberness, your mind should be on the hope of getting the kingdom of the Most High God. So you got to put your mind on that and not toward where my next drink is coming from.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.